What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome to Challenging Celtic with Hearts. This is going to be the beginning of a new series I'll be doing where you'll take over a team that's either mid-table or just a historically good team in a division that is typically won by an oligopoly, so a couple different teams always win the league. Obviously, that is the case for Scotland. If you go to the championship, go to the Premiership, that is, go to the Championship first, then go to the Premiership and look at the past winners. It's been Celtic or Rangers since 1984. So I feel like it's about time to break that up for a new team to win the Scottish Premiership. And I'm going to try to do that with Hearts. I had to look at the season teams I might do it with. I was thinking Hibernian. I was thinking like Aberdeen, but I think they're a little bit too good for the start. But yeah, I think Hibernian was the one I was really considering. But then I saw the Hearts were down in the Championship. And this is going to be kind of like the rebuilding Everton save, where I'm taking over a team that probably shouldn't be in the second division, get them to the top, and get them to win the league. I don't think it's going to be as easy as it was in that series, but I I think I have a chance. I think we should be able to complete it. First, today I'll be going over the tactic, and then I'll be playing the first game of the series. First, I'm going to look at the expectation. They want me to sign players under the age of 22 for the future, develop players using the club's youth system, work within the wage budget. They want us to get promotion by winning the league, reach the quarterfinal of the two cups, and they want to continue to win the championship. What? They want us to continue to win the championship. I think once we do that once, we can't do that again, right? We can't in the next season at least. So I think they're a little bit confused about what they want to do for the future, but I'll look to win the championship this season and then hopefully win the Premiership. So I'll accept that vision. Now to the tactic. First thing I go across is really I find a shape. I'm going to create my own style. I just pick something random from the start. 4-3-3 DMs, one of my favorites to use. But I want to look at the squad, see where our strengths are. I know star ratings isn't the be-all, end-all, but it gives you a pretty good idea of where you're at. Looks like one of our best players is out for 4 to 5 months, though, which sucks. John Sutar, out 4 to 5 months. Is he good? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a good ball player. So that'll stink to be without him, but looks like we have two decent strikers, so it might be a two-striker system. Good right back. There's another good center back. We don't have a third good center back, so might be looking for another center back while Sutar's out injured. I mean, these guys can Popescu might be able to fill in. Let's look at his ratings. He's okay. He's not great mentally, not very good physically, but he's got solid technicals. He might be able to fill in. Got a left back. Got left winger and a right winger. So maybe it's a 4-2-4 with a left and right attacking wingers. I don't think they can play left and right mid, can they? They kind of can. I could do a 4-4-2 unless he can't. He kind of can. So I could do a 4-4-2. Could do a 4-2-4. I think for this first season, they've got a lot of left wingers, actually. Right-footed. Are they all right-footed? Yeah, they're all right-footed. So they're all going to be inverted wingers or inside forwards. I think for this first season, when we're supposed to be the favorites, I'll probably go with the 4-2-4. Then next season, when it's going to be a little bit more difficult, I'll probably go with the 4-4-2 unless players change, circumstances change. Looks like I don't really have a second right winger. I mean, these guys can play on the right-hand side, but they're all right-footed, so he wouldn't be cutting in on his stronger foot. We got, 2.5 stars here. Elliot Freer, but he can play on the left, not the right. Yeah, I don't have a second right-footed inverted winger, so that might be something we look at in the transfer market. I won't do that in this episode. I'll show you who I signed and everything before we play the first league game. But so it looks like it's going to be about a 4-2-4 for the tactic. So let's put that in right now. So I think it's going to be something like this with either inverted wingers or inside forwards. We'll see when I put them in there. Let's just bring in the players now. So go back to the squad screen. Sutar, I'm going to put him in for now just because he's our future option there. Gary Mackay-Steven on the right. Craig Gordon in goal. This looks like a target man, 6'4". He's going to play on one side and Boyce on the other. Michael Smith at right back. Nope, right back. Nope, right back. Craig Halkett looks like got a little bit of potential at center back, though he's 25. I don't think he's going to reach that potential at 25 years old. But he can. Nope, gosh dang it. Center back. There we go. Actually, he's right only, so I'm going to switch him with Sutar. Sutar's got a little bit better left foot, so I feel more comfortable having him over there. And then so we've got 3 different options for this left winger, but only one of them is ours. So I probably want to go with our player, even though he doesn't really have much more potential. 27 years old. He's not very fast. He's not a very good passer, so he's not really more of an attacking midfielder or anything like that. He's a good penalty taker, which could be useful. Let's look at these two players. Castanier, definite an inside forward, can also play striker. He's pretty quick, but he's not as good technically or physically or mentally. That is, he's good, better physically, but not as good technically or mentally. And then Josh Ginnelly, he's not quite as good mentally, but he's just as good technically, and he's better physically. This might be the one I prefer of all of them. He's a little bit more well-rounded. Got a little bit better in his physical areas. 12 and 14. What was Jamie Walker? Is that the other guy? Yeah. 11 and 12. So, yeah, that's not very good. I mean, this guy's 15 penalty taker, and I just kind of want him on the pitch to take penalties. So I don't know if we have any other good penalty takers. Are either of our strikers good at penalties? 14. So, yeah, we've got a good... Doesn't have to worry about that. But I'm going to go with Josh Ginnelly to start. Obviously, their performance will dictate who gets the start. Steve Kingsley on the left. Then our two midfielders, looks like Andy Halliday is like maybe a ball winner. Yeah, he's a ball winner. So he can be on the left as a ball winner. And on the right, looks like it's going to be Peter Herring. Yeah, it looks like Peter Herring. He might also be a ball winner. It says he can play center back. Yeah, defensive central midfielder. So I might find a way to work that in. So if we go to the roles, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Armand. You are now Armand, because that last name is just not going to happen. Armand, yeah, he looks like a definite target man. Really good strength, really good jumping reach, 6'4". His heading's not amazing, but so maybe he's more. Well, he's got good jumping reach. I was gonna say maybe he's more of like an on the ground target man, looking to hold up the play, looking to passes into his feet. But he's not a great passer. He has okay first touch, but he's got really good aggression. Really bad teamwork, though, so he's more of an attacking target man, which is what he says. So I'll play him as that. He can be an attacking target man. What about their footage? How's his left foot? Reasonable. Voices is fairly strong, so he can be on the left. He can be a target man on attack. Voice, what are you? Poacher? Definitely looks like a poacher to me. I don't think he's a target man. He could play pressing forward, but I think poacher. Poacher target man's a pretty good combination. I'm going to go with that. Poacher target man. See how that works. Ginnelly's definitely an inverted winger and inside forward. He can do both. Mentally, he's not all the way there, so I think I'd prefer him as an inverted winger. When he's crossing and finishing are equal, like you can play either role, but I'll start him as an inverted winger, see how he does. Put him on support, start. Gary Mackay-Steven, again, can kind of play both. He's got good composure, though. He's not a good passer. He's actually a good penalty taker, too, which is nice. A lot of good penalty takers in this team. What's he best at? Is he pretty much similar at both? Yeah, he's equally good at both. I'll start with two inverted wingers. I might change it if they aren't performing that well. Halliday, we know, is a ball-winning midfielder. He can play box-to-box as well, though. But how good is he as a box-to-box midfielder? Not bad. He's got tins in dribbling and finishing. Yeah, I'll play him as a box-to-box. Sure. And then Herring is like a defensive, either ball winner or center mid on defend. I don't think he's a ball winner because he's so slow. Like, he's never going to be able to close down a guy on the ball. He's going to take far too long to get there. He's more of a center back, really. 6'2", good heading, marking, tackling. He's a center back playing in the center of midfield. He can play center back. He's actually pretty good at center back. He might actually start there for me this season while Sutar's out. So, again, we don't have another midfielder, though. Maybe I'll need to bring in another midfielder. Maybe it looks like I might need to bring in a creative midfielder. Got Andy Irving, who's got a little bit of potential. He's pretty creative. Maybe I'll give him the start and see if he can grow a little bit. Also got Aaron McKenniff, who's decently creative midfielder. I think I'm going to play Herring at center back while John Sutar's out. So I guess I'm going to go with probably this Andy Irving. Let's just put him in at center back for right now. So I can get his position right. So Irving is more of a deep line playmaker, I believe. Not very good dribbling, not very fast, so probably better as a deep lying role on support. Do that. Pretty common partnership in the middle, central midfield. Smith, what are you? Definitely a fullback, good tackling, not very good going forward, so probably fullback on support's fine. Really, I don't want somebody on attack here because of the wingers on support, so maybe I might put this winger on attack. I've got a full attack support down the wing. I like to have that. Halkett, are you much of a ball player? He's got good first touch. He's not got the best passing, though. What are you? I guess you're just a normal central defender. He doesn't have good composure, though, so I might play him as a no-nonsense. He doesn't have good composure or decisions. I think I'll play him as a no-nonsense defender. On defend. And then Herring. You're probably a ball player because you can play in the midfield. Got good passing. Not fast. Let's look at the center back. So his best is central defender on defend, but he can play ball playing defender. I think I want a ball player here, so I'm going to play him as a ball playing defender. On defend. Kingsley, finally, what are you? He can play wingback. Or fullback, really. Good marking, good tackling, good positioning, all of 12. Not exceptionally fast or good dribbler, but you can play like a fullback on attack, I think he'd be fine at. Especially because I got a wing on support, have an attack fullback on one side and a support on the other. And finally, Gordon, what are you? You a sweeper, 13 rushing out, 15 one-on-ones, good aerial reach. Doesn't have good acceleration, so I don't know if he's a sweeper keeper. Good agility, though. I'll probably just play him as a normal goalkeeper. So he's better as a sweeper keeper on defend, but I think he's fine as a goalkeeper. I don't want to have him use that acceleration because he's not going to be able to be quick coming out for the ball. That's pretty important as a sweeper keeper. So I'll go with normal goalkeeper. So now when it comes to the in possession on all these, I'm going to look at the team report and the assistant report. So we've got some good free kick takers. So I might look to focus on free kicks. Good strength, good off the ball. So good pace. I don't really see that much, but our strikers weren't exceptionally fast. And Guillermo Kai-Steven was fast, but I guess compared to the league, they're good pacey. They probably won't be very pacey compared to the Premiership. Good jumping reach. I did notice that. Good corner. So we definitely play for set pieces. Good standard of passing. Good tackling. So maybe get stuck in. Good vision. So maybe be more expressive, possibly. And then goalkeeper stuff. Youth prospects. Good first touch. High technique. Good aggression. Good long shots. So maybe shoot on sight if we're struggling to break a team down. Got some good defenders. Quite a few good dribblers. Finishing's just okay. Anticipation. So negatives. Not good kicking. So I'm going to play it to the center backs or the fullbacks. Not a whole lot of negatives for this team. I guess they're probably really good for this level, so there's not going to be a whole lot of negatives. I'm really going to have to decide it for the champ next season. So starting the season, I think I'll go attacking because we should be the much better team. I'll always like to go higher tempo. I'm actually, because they have such good first touch, I might go slightly more direct. And they've got good technique and good vision. And we've got really two different, we've got the attacking four, and then two midfielders, and then defending four. So kind of getting past that midfield just might be a good idea. And I do want to play out of defense. And I don't think I want to work the ball into the box because Armand's such a good header of the ball. So basically work the ball into the box. How that works is if you're more likely to work the ball into the box, you're less likely to put in crosses. So if you're a team with like a big target man up top, you don't really want to work the ball into the box. You want to get as many crosses in there as possible. You can even hit early crosses, but usually I don't do that. Dribbling, we're okay. I always like to have run of defense on, so I'm going to start with that for now. Just go with that for in possession. In transition, I always like to counter press and counter, and we saw he didn't have good kicking, so distribute to the fullbacks and the center backs. Just roll it out. And out of possession, center backs, how fast are they? 12-11. He's not fast. And Sutar, how fast are you? 13-12. So not exceptionally fast. So I probably don't want to play with a high line. But I always like having much higher line of engagement. And I think the way this team is set up, about three different units we've got: the front four, the middle two, and the back four. We can kind of deal with a little bit of a gap between them. I think it won't be too bad. So we have so many people at every single level. We don't have a defensive midfielder in here, which would be nice, but unfortunately we can't have 12 players. If we did, I'd put a defensive midfielder in here, and then we'd be perfect. I think we can press. Since we got two strikers, I definitely want to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And I think we wanted to get stuck in because it had good tackling. I always like force opposition outside. It seems to be the best thing to go with. So I'm going to go with that for our tactic. It probably will change up for next season, but for this season, we're going to run with that. I'll do set pieces off camera. That usually takes so long, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So I think we'll see you for the first game of the season, which is going to be against, if we look at our calendar, who do we have? It's going to be Arbroath in the League Cup Group C. And transfer window closes on the day of that match, so I'll have to do some quick transfer business, it looks like. In terms of what I'll be looking to bring in, definitely a right winger, a left-footed right winger. Look at the depth. So we've got a striker depth here. Stephen Naismith, a pretty good striker, so he's good depth there. Center back with Sutar out. We've got Barra out as well. 3 weeks to 2 months. So I might look to bring in another center back, maybe on loan, that I can maybe cancel the loan in January. So I don't have to pay him for the full season if I won't need him because I'll have the guys back from injury. Pescu is going to be our backup center back for now. I definitely need Herring to play center back with our center backs we've got on this team. So another center back. Right back. Do we have backup right back? Yes. Jamie Brandon. Backup left back. Aiden White. We don't have... Can our center back play right back? Any of our center backs play right back or left back? No. So none of our right backs play full... The other side. Okay. Smith can kind of play on the left. And Kingsley can only play on the left. So probably want a right back on the bench. I usually don't like to have both a right back and a left back on the bench if I can keep from it. Because I want more positions for like the midfielders. I'm more likely to sub out midfielders and wingers and strikers than I am fullbacks. So I like to only have one on the bench, but I like to be able to cover both sides at least. In terms of midfielders, we've got Demure, who's transfer listed as a ball winner. So I probably want to keep him as maybe a box-to-box. He's fine as box-to-box. I don't think I want to sell him. Let's remove him from the transfer list. He's going to go into the bench. And then I think we did have another playmaker in McAniff. And then wingers. Obviously, we need a right winger. And our left winger, I'm probably going to go with the guy we own, the Jamie Walker. So, got plenty of depth on the left. Backup goalkeeper. Plenty of depth on the left. Might need another midfielder because we only have 4 options there. I like to have at least one option on the bench. What is the registration rules? Under 21 players are automatically eligible. Squad registration doesn't say there's a cap on how many players are allowed in the squad registration. So is there no squad registration? Not that I'm seeing. So we can have as many players as we want? Oh, wait. Yeah. There's loan rules, but I don't see any registration rules. Sweet. So I'll definitely be bringing in a center midfielder, a center back, a right winger, maybe another striker because we only have one backup. What's his name? Castaneer can play striker, I think it was. Yeah, he can play striker. He can play on the right as well, but he's right-footed. So yeah, I'll probably look to bring in a striker, a midfielder, and a right winger. And I think I'll be good with that. Maybe one other player that can play both right back and left back, just to have a third option at both. We have a couple players that can play right back. Well, I guess none of our center backs. We have Sutar who can play right back, but he's going to be gone for a while. So yeah, I'll probably look for that. So I'll see you for the first game of the championship season. See you then. And we are back for the first competitive game of the season against Arbroath in the Betfred Cup Group C. This is a team in our league, so it should be some good competition. So we'll kind of see from this game how we match up against teams in our division. I'm expecting us to be way better than them, but especially with some of the signings we made, and we have gone crazy a little bit with our signings. We've signed quite a few players, especially because I only had a budget of 1.9K to work with, so didn't have much to work with, but I was able to bring in quite a few players. We're a little bit over our wage budget, only like $500 over, so nothing serious, nothing too crazy, but brought in quite a few players. We needed depth, and I got depth. So if we look at our transfers, our transfer history, we've actually got another guy coming in, and I didn't make this signing. This was already made at the club. He's on loan to Dunfermline. He's leaving us permanently. Don't think we'll miss him too much. 23 years old. Don't know what kind of potential he has, but yeah, he's not much of a miss. The players we brought in, see his list is pretty long. They're all loans. Starting off, the first one we brought in was Richard Nardi, a center back option. Looks pretty good. Really good mentals, really good physicals, pretty solid technicals. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this guy. He used to be at City or Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. So I think he's going to be a good option for us. He's going to probably start for us until, well, I don't know. I don't know if he'll start over Halkett whenever, what's his name, gets back. Sutar gets back. But it'll be between those two to be who's going to be the starter alongside him. Right now it's going to be Nardi and Halkett because I think he's a little bit better than Herring. Herring's lack of pace just, I can't struggle. I struggle with that lack of pace. So another loan we're signing out in, Teddy Jenks. Or I was going to go back. This Narty guy we got on, how much money? $230 per week of his $2,300 per week contract. So 10%. That's a good deal. Teddy Jenks we brought in just as a midfield option. He can play that box to box. He can play that deep line playmaker. He's a guy that's very versatile. Well, in terms of the roles he can play. So he's going to be good for us. We got him on $775 per week. So a little bit more expensive, but he was one of the only good midfield options I could find, and I needed another midfielder. Then brought in Joe Gelhart. He's our most expensive one as a striker slash right inverted winger option or inside forward. I think I'm going to play him as inside forward. But he's not going to be the starter, but he's just a good option up front or on the right. I needed somebody that could play striker. I needed somebody that could play on the right. He can do both. And I got him in for $1,300 per week. So most of our, $1,900 budget, but that felt like that was our biggest area of need. So I had to spend the most cash there to get the best player possible. That's Joe Gelhart. Fullback option we brought in is Mitch Clark. He can play naturally on both sides, so I think that's going to be really useful for us. He's going to be a great bench player and a great substitute at both right back and left back. Even though his left foot's not really great, but he can still play on the left. He's in for free, so that's a great deal. No wage for Mitch Clark, so that's a perfect deal for us. We also brought in Karamoko Dembele, who's somebody you might know. Youngster that has a lot of potential in this game. Just brought him in on a loan, though. He's okay right now. He's going to be like third option as that right inverted winger. So I needed another option there, I felt like. We only had those two, and I didn't really feel comfortable with any of our other options. So I thought I'd bring him in. We brought him in for free. So another free signing. Can't say no to a free signing. Literally no reason to turn it down. Finally, a backup striker option. It's actually going to be a starting striker for us, I think. Dan Inlundulu from Southampton. Looks really good. Like, really solid everywhere. Once you start looking a little bit more, you see like everything's 11s. 11 off the ball, 11 technique, 6 passing, 11 composure, 11 decisions, but really good physically. Not really agility and balance, but everything else. Really good jumping reach for a guy that's only 5'11". Good strength, good pace, good acceleration. I think he's going to start for us at Poacher, I think. I think it says his best role is pressing forward or target man. They want me to play him as a target man, so we might have some problems where they're going to be wanting to recall him because I'm not going to be playing him in his preferred position, but he's just not a target man. I know he's got good jumping reach and heading, but he's 5'11". Like, I've already got a good target man. I'd rather play our other guy's target man, and this guy's a poacher. I think using his pace would be more useful than using him as a target man. So, yeah, we'll see. See if they get upset. I think we have... Is there one more? Or is that it? I think that might be it. Yep, I think that's all the signings. So, quite a few there, but I feel like we're really solid everywhere now. If we go into the team selection, this is the team I'm going to go with. In Lundulu, that's going to be hard to pronounce. I'll just call him Dan. He's going to be poacher. I'm on target man. Walker on the left because we've had some injuries. Sutar obviously was injured. Josh Ginnelly is injured now. He's out for 10 days to 4 weeks. Michael Smith, our starting right back's out 8 days to 2 weeks. Of course, Barra's still injured. So we had a lot more injuries than that too. Like, I can't remember everybody that was hurt. Jamie Walker was hurt for a bit. No, Castanier. Castanier was hurt for a bit. Irving was hurt for a bit. Halkett was hurt for a bit. So I had quite a few of injuries in preseason, but they're all fit now. So they should be good to play. But this is the squad I'm going with. Mackay Stevens has been the best player during preseason. He looks like he's going to be really good. Walker on the left. Halliday and Irving is our midfield partnership. Clark gets the start at right back. Halkett and Nardi in the middle. Kingsley on the left. And, of course, Gordon in goal. So I think Gordon and Mackay Stevens should be our two best players. That's what it says by the star ratings, which aren't everything, but during how they've played in preseason, they look like it. So let's get into this, see how we do, see how this team looks in its first competitive game. I'm going to say we should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Play your own game and you'll win. It never seems to get a good reaction, but don't want to say anything too stupid. Get negative reactions. So no reaction is better than a negative reaction. No interviews, nothing like that. Just get right into the game. This will be a tester for us. I don't know how good Arbroath are in this league. Well, we get a penalty immediately. That works. So much for a tester. We're going to have an immediate penalty. Mackay Stevens is 2 for 2 from the penalty spot in preseason. Both in one game. And he misses. Of course he does. I shouldn't have said anything. I just jinxed him. He looked so good from the penalty. Like, his penalties were really good, too. Like, they were both really perfectly placed penalties, but that's frustrating. Surely we should still be all right, even without scoring that penalty. We should still be able to win this match. As they have a free kick. Cragen put towards the back post. Halkett heads it away to Walker. He's got a lot of guys in support of him. Got 4 guys up ahead of him. Mackay Stevens, play the ball through. There's so many players that could have made that run that they didn't make. They just all got jumbled up and nobody made the right run and couldn't take advantage of the overload situation we had going. Kingsley, Halliday, the attack is still on though. Mackay Stevens at the back post, but it looks like he gets. He's offside. I thought he got hit out for a corner, but he was offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyways. We've looked to be the better team so far. We've got, well, I guess the XG is because of that penalty. I was going to say, we've got really good XG from 2 shots. Yeah, one's a penalty, so that's going to happen. A penalty is like 0.78 XG, so you'll get that. Mackay Stevens on the ball now. He's been on ball all game long, and ball is bouncing around in the penalty area, but somebody is offside, I guess, or fouled. I think somebody got fouled, so we just haven't looked clinical yet. We've looked good. We've looked like we're threatening every single time we touch the ball. I think that guy's offside, but it doesn't matter. We're going to end up with the ball. Mackay Stevens on the ball. Back to Gordon, who's like 37, so I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to stay as our goalkeeper, how long until he retires, but I'll use him as long as I can because he looks really good. He looks way better than, obviously he was Celtic's starting goalkeeper for the past 8 seasons, so he's pretty good quality still. So I'm happy to have him here. And he actually started at Hearts, too, which is pretty cool. So that guy's probably offside. He looked like he was coming back from way offside. He did get his header on it, but they didn't raise the flag. This is a end-to-end highlight here. Highlight's never going to end unless somebody finds a way to put the ball in the back of the net. Mackay Stevens with the ball into Armand. Oh, he heads it just over. That's exactly who you want on the end of that. 6'4", Armand. Don't know what his last name is. Get a highlight just before halftime in the 40th minute. We have not been very clinical. We have 5 shots, but only the 1 on target, and that was the penalty. So, front 2 have not been good enough this game. They've had pretty good chances created for them. None of them can put them on target. Which, it's not all the front 2 taking all the shots, but they're usually the ones that are going to get blamed for it. As they're going to look to build from the back. Gaston should be intercepted by Irving, but falls right into one of their players again. Hamilton on the ball now. Watley. Cragen. And we should be able to clean that up. Kingsley, as long as he doesn't do anything stupid, we should be fine. That's fine. That works. Irving on the ball now. This has been such weird highlights. End to end. And Mackay Stevens might have missed the penalty, but he didn't miss that. He's been so good for me. I think this is actually his first competitive game for Hearts, which is pretty cool. So he's a very good signing for them to make, especially because they're in the championship. I feel like he should be a player in the Premiership, but keeper just kind of lays down, and lets the ball go into the far corner. I don't think he would have gotten to it no matter what happened, but it looked like he just got tired and went for a lay down. That's going to be how the half ends. 1-0 to Hearts. Completely dominating performance. As I figured, we're way too good for this league, but only have a 1-0 lead to show for it. I'm going to say I'm not happy because they've not been good enough in front of goal. They've created some decent chances, but they've not been able to put them on target enough or in the back of the net enough. They've looked solid defensively, only allowing one shot, but yeah, I'm happy with my defense because even without Sutar, so obviously we're going to be much better once Sutar comes back. He's like our best player. I might have struggles holding on to him, though. That's the only problem. I think we might struggle to hold on, even if we do get promoted. He might want to go on to bigger and better things because his spot is probably higher than Hart's level of competition is. So he might decide he wants to play at a bigger club, but I'm hoping to keep on hold of him for as long as possible. I don't know how long his contract is. Maybe I'll look. Maybe I'll try to get him on an extended contract just to keep him here because I don't really want to lose him. But we'll have to see. I'm hoping he can stay with the club all the way through us winning the Premiership. I think he's got the ability to do it. I don't know if he could always be a starter in a Premiership winning team, but he could definitely be like a bench center back at the worst, I think. So Halkett, another goal, 2-0 from the deep free kick. Halkett gets on the end of it. He's not really that tall. He's like 6'1", I think. But he raised the highest this time. Was able to get on the end of it and put it in the back of the net. A good headed finish by Halkett. Not the best header of the ball, but he's good enough, I guess. So we go up to the top of the group for the cup, and Inlundulu, however you pronounce it, Inlundulu, scores a goal on his debut. A header for the 5'11" man with 15 jumping reach. Another free kick. I don't think I actually put on play for set pieces, did I? I think when I said that, I didn't. No, I didn't. So let's put that on because we've been very good from set pieces. I'll set that for permanently after this game. But yeah, we definitely need to be playing for set pieces. Looks like we've got some pretty good free kick takers. And we've got plenty of good players in the air with Armand and Nlundulu especially. Like I mentioned before, Nlundulu's not tall, but he's got 15 jumping reach. He's got 15 heading. If he gets his head on it, he's going to find the back of the net. So feel pretty comfortable about playing from set pieces this season. Oh, as that shot nearly goes in, rounds the keeper, beat him at the near post, but it only hits the post. It goes right back out. Those are some of those that hit the post and then hit the keeper on the butt and go in. But not this time. It found its way around the goalkeeper. And we're going to take a 3-0 lead, looking to add on to it now. I was going to say looking to see this game out, but it looks like we're going to try to add on to it. Mackay Steven puts the ball across to Unlundulu, but he hits it just over. I just said if he got his head on it, he'd find the back of the net, but not this time. Heads it just over, but we've just been an absolute dominant team. 18 shots to 2. Time to make some subs. Walker and Mackay Steven are tired. Mackay Steven deserves a rest. Bring on Gelhardt. Take off Walker. Bring on Castanier. Save my last sub for the next couple of minutes. Wait till about the 85th. See if anyone gets a little bit more tired. Try to find out who the most tired person is so I can take them off. Looks like it's Irving or Halliday. Irving's had a great game. I'm going to take off Halliday, though, just because he's the box-to-box. He should be getting a little bit more tired than Halliday should. Stephen Naismith is actually going to play as my backup box-to-box for now. I think he's a better player than whatever the other guy's name, though, that I had on the bench. He's obviously a natural striker, but he can play in midfield really well. He's got all the attributes for it. He doesn't have the best tackling, but it's good enough. So I'm happy playing him as a box-to-box midfielder. Just to get him on the pitch, because he's like our highest paid player, so I wanted to see him touch the pitch. I'd hate to have a highest paid player not even be on the bench for any of our games, so I feel like I have to put him on the bench somewhere. So that's where he's going to find a spot on the bench, because Inlundulu has to start, and I feel like Boyce also has to be on the bench, because he was our starting striker at the start of the season. He looks pretty decent, so I want to give him a little bit of game time. I'm just ignoring the fact they just scored. Doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. Was a little bit too easy, though. Stewart just running unopposed, puts a nice through ball through, and the keeper gets beat far too easily at his near post. He's got to be expecting that, trying to get to it before the shot even comes off, because that's obviously where he's going to be targeting. Kingsley now with a free kick. Can we score another set-piece goal? Not this time. Kingsley puts the ball just wide, and that's going to be how the game ends. It's going to be 3-1 to Hearts. We take a We get 3 points in the group stage for our cup. However, this thing works, I'm not really positive how this cup works, but I know we've got 3 points in it, and that's good for me. I think they're the hardest competition we're going to have in this cup too. I think the other teams are like League Two and League One teams, so yeah, if we're beating them like this, we should walk this group. Inland Dulu with a good debut form. Armand with not a good debut. 6.4. Really disappointing. Even though I saw him do some good things out there, he just didn't get a good rating. Everyone else on the team got good ratings, though. Literally, Halliday is the only starter other than Armand that didn't get a 7 or above. That's pretty dang good. I'm going to say, good win, boys. Well done. And there's actually 5. I didn't realize there's 5 teams in this group. I thought there's only 4. So Montrose are in League One, so we should be able to beat them. Forfar are in League One, so there's 2 League One teams, 1 team in our division, and 1 team in League Two. Sterling are in League Two. So yeah, that's the hardest competition we have in this group. We should be walking this group. Montrose destroyed whoever they played, Sterling. So they are ahead, or they're a League One team compared to a League Two, but still a 4-0 win is pretty impressive. We only had a 3-1 win. But that was a team in our league, so a little bit more competitive than their game. Kai Stevens scores in his Scottish football comeback. He is just new to the team, coming from New York City FC, where he left for a little bit from Scotland. He's played for Celtic. He's played for Aberdeen. He's played for Dundee. He went to Liverpool as a youngster. Never got a game there, but he's pretty good. I'm really happy they have him because he's a really good player. So I think he can do really well for us, even going forward into this series. He's obviously 30 years old, so he only has like 2-3 years of good football left in him, but if he can help propel us to a top half Premiership team before I have to replace him, I'd be very happy with his contributions. In terms of where we're going to come back, I'm not too worried about this group game. You don't need to see these lower league teams really. Who's the best game to come back for? Let me look at if I can go to Scottish Championship. If I can go to Scottish game, I hate that. Season preview. Who's the best teams? Dundee, Dunfermline, Inverness. Okay. See, who do we have them? Inverness here, not that far away. Dundee's the first league game, so I don't really want to show that. I might come back for Dunfermline and Greenock Morton. I don't think I need to show the league game because they're a League One team. We should be smashing them. So Dunfermline and Greenock Morton. I don't know how good Greenock is, but I think they're bottom half at least, so should be a good victory, but I think that's the best one to come back for. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.